Whether you've been following along with the government quest or played through the government quest in PSO yourself, one thing is sure, this is the worst government quest in Phantasy Star Online Episode 1. Welcome to the Abyss, folks. My name is Void Money, and today we finally complete Government Quest 4-2, Buried Relics. As usual, you will start this journey in the Principal's office of the Pioneer 2. Speak to Momoka to accept Government Quest 4-2. The quest description reads, get data on the writing from the stone monument in the ruins. Select the quest for the expanded description. Please take some data of the writing on the stone relics in the ruins. Finally, accept the quest to be yeeted into dialogue with Principal Tyrell.
Thank you for coming, Voidmon 3Y.
Don't mention it, buddy.
You are, of course, familiar with the 3 pillars located on Ragall. One's in the forest, one's in the caves, and one's in the mine. And each of these 3 had some sort of writing on them. Currently, the lab cannot decipher the text, but with new data...
Don't trail off now, pal. Those ellipses don't speak for themselves.
The underground ruins have more symbols that could help us with this. It might tell us the reason behind the explosion, the seal to the ruins. This writing must hold the answers that we need. Please go and take some data readings of the ruin writing samples. Ask Irene to give you the details. I'm counting on you.
Okay, you're always counting on me. On to Irene.
Thank you for helping us again. Before I get started, please take this.
Hey, that tickles.
You'll need this device to take readings of the writing in the ruins. Holding this up to those monuments will let the device analyze them. I believe that the principal has already said this, but I'll explain one more time for your benefit. Orders are to get some data on the writing down in the underground ruins. A teleporter has already been set up to take you to the target area. Come back here after you've gotten enough data readings. The device will activate when you reach the monuments. If you have companions who also have devices, then whoever gets to the designated area first will cause all of them to activate. They won't function for long. Collect the data within the time limit. That is all.
Ha! Companions. Funny. On to Science Guy 1.
Analysis shows that those ruins are from a totally unfamiliar civilization. Normally, I'd be excited about such a discovery, but in this case...
Short and sweet. Science Guy 2?
Ruins of an ancient civilization discovered on Ragall. The problem is that we found wildlife, but no sign of sentient life. Maybe the civilization that built the ruins wasn't from Ragall at all.
Hey, slant rhyme. Nice. Anyway, there's a theory for you. Now head to the teleporter below and go to the ruins to start this awful mission once and for all. Why is this quest so bad, you may ask? Well, simply put, this quest has a pretty unforgiving timer in which to find 5 relics. That may not sound too bad, but your friends will only be able to join you if they've completed every government quest up until this point. And given that Government Quest 4-2 is pretty far down the chain of a bunch of quests on a defunct game that people don't normally do, you're going to have a lot of trouble completing this on your first, second, or even third try. So, first things first, you will have to scour the entire map for 4 relics in a decent amount of time. I would recommend skipping as many enemy rooms as you can, as long as there are open doors for you to explore. Sometimes enemies will respawn in a room you head back into, and if possible you should just bypass them to save time. I'd also recommend doing as few shop runs to sell loot as possible. I know, it's hard to turn down free Meseta, and if you don't mind doing the quest over and over and over again, then no biggie, waste as much time as you like. Anyway, moving on. Once you find all 4 relics, it's really important to have lots of extra time, because a telepad will appear to take you to a new room, where you'll have to kill several waves of enemies before you can take a reading on the 5th and final relic. Once you complete analyzing the relics, the timer will stop and a new telepad will appear. After 4 tries, I was finally able to finish this quest with just 5 seconds remaining. Yeah, that's part of why this video took so long to put out. Sorry. Next one will be faster, I promise. Anyway, as per usual, once you complete the parameters for the mission, you can return to the Bridge of Pioneer 2 to hand the quest in to Principal Tyrell.
You got readings from all the ruined monuments. Excellent. Please give the device to Irene. These samples should allow us to decipher the monument text, bizarre life forms, the explosion. Maybe the Pioneer Project had a secret purpose all along.
Yeah, and maybe you should check out my Pioneer Project video too, which is popping up in a card on screen right now.
I'll need your cooperation to solve this mystery once and for all. I'll be counting on you when that time comes.
Cool. Next up is Irene.
Welcome back. Here, let me take that device from you.
You alright over there?
Great, thank you very much. Why don't you go and rest up for now?
Okay, on to Science Guy 1.
By deciphering the markings on those stone relics, we might be able to learn something about the seal to the ruins, and about Ragall itself. I just wonder whether if ignorance is truly bliss or not.
Probably. On to Science Guy 2.
Pioneer 1 was also probably inspecting those ancient ruins. You found clues of this during your own investigation. I don't know what it is what they were looking for, but with all of these hostile enemies and that explosion, it couldn't have been good.
Alright then, now to wrap things up by turning the quest into Momoka. And thus ends the most annoying timed quest I've played thus far. And thus also ends this video. Thank you so much for your patience between videos. As I mentioned earlier, the next video will be out sooner, I promise. Until next time, however, have fun and stay safe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!